hard.
I did. I just sneezed like 13 times in a row or something. Do you
the red dot is on, and we are live, folks.
We are live. I just finished sneezing. Pardon my state. So entrepreneurial procrastination is the topic, and we want to talk about the cure. And what I'd like to know first is, I'm going to put something down I'm going to create a banner. Okay. Boom, boom. There it is. So what do you procrastinate on doing, right? So we all procrastinate. And the thing is that you can't do everything in life by a long shot. The vast majority of things that you could possibly do in your entire life, you will never do in your life. Okay. Like it's just like we all have a very small window. There's the things that we do on autopilot that maybe we're wasting our time on, or maybe they are also important. They're habits that are built in. We were raised this way. Then there are the things that we do that we intentionally start doing and we put conscious effort and willpower into, right? There are all these things that we could be doing that we don't even know exist, or there's not the right opportunity to do it or whatever. And then there are the things that we think we should be doing, but we don't for whatever reason. And that doesn't mean that we should be doing them either, right? And so what's the difference between the things that you should be doing, the things that you shouldn't be doing? Well, it's a complex question, but I've noticed that there are certain types of activities that entrepreneurs in particular, look, I've been an email entrepreneur, Brian, so have you. I've been an email entrepreneur for 19 years, going on 20 years now. So like there are some habits, there are some ways of operating the world that digital entrepreneurs, email-driven entrepreneurs tend to have. And we want to talk with you a little bit about those today. But first, for anybody who's watching, we'd like to know what types of things in your life and business, in business in particular, do you procrastinate on? Do you drop the ball on? Do you not show up for the way that you know that you could or you should? Where do you, pardon my high school New Hampshire upbringing? I haven't even said this phrase in many, many years, but it seems appropriate. But where do you screw the pooch? Like, where do you really mess this up, right? And so this is the question for the day. And we're going to share with you a little bit that we've discovered about how to handle this better in your life. So, Brian.
Yes.
Where are some areas in the last year as an entrepreneur or just as a human being, in the last year, where are some of the areas that you have not followed through? And this is embarrassing. These are embarrassing things to talk about, right? It's like, it's very real. And I will happily talk about these as well. But where are some of the things that you've screwed up, that you've dropped the ball on, that you haven't followed through on commitments that you've made to yourself, that you haven't followed through on commitments that you've made to others? Where are some of the things that pop up? Even if you fixed it since, but where are some of the areas that you've struggled?
Well, geez, how much time do we have? Here all day.
Awesome looking video setup, dude. Your recording studio is getting fancy.
We're getting there. It's slowly progressing. Boy, I mean, from a business perspective, especially with launching a new venture, just not emailing my list enough, not creating new offers enough, not consistently showing up to drive traffic. There's probably three big things I should,
Okay, well, hold on. So not emailing your list enough is pretty clear. It's like, in the case of business, you either are or aren't sending emails as frequently as you think you should be, right? And I don't know about you, but in my mind, I should be sending at least one email a day. That's kind of like the should. And so that's clear, right? However, maybe you should be sending more. In terms of creating offers, right? That's coming up with a product or service to promote to your list, whether it's one that you're promoting or collaborating with, or maybe even as an affiliate, right? Promoting something. But putting new offers in front of the list. If you're making the new offers though, then that's a lot of work, right? Like coming up with a new offer, writing a sales letter, optimizing the funnel so that you know it has a chance of making a decent amount of money with upsells and downsells, writing all the upsell and downsell copy, recording all the videos for it, setting up all the tech, making sure it all works. Like that, building a funnel is actually a fairly big project. Once you get good at it, you can sit down and like bang one out in a weekend if you're a one-man show and you drink a bunch of coffee and you tell everybody to leave you alone, right? But like it's a multi-week project to build a new funnel, if not a multi-month new project, right? So it takes a lot of stuff. But the third thing that you mentioned was traffic. And you said not showing up to drive traffic. And so practically speaking, especially for folks who might not know exactly what that means, for you, what exactly does that mean, not showing up for traffic?
That's a good question. So up until recently, the primary way I drove traffic for the last several years has been through search engine optimization, writing articles, getting them ranked in Google. That's worked really well for me. So just not being consistent with writing new articles, getting them out there. On the plus side now, one of the new things that you and I both are doing to reach audience and drive traffic is live streaming. And the good news is we are getting better at being consistent with that.
Yeah. So I want to talk about this.
Yeah.
So, okay. So first of all, I have someone who wants to make a cameo.
Uh-oh. Are we bringing someone onto the show?
We are. Oh, yeah. It's the Kool-Aid Man, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yeah. Drink the Kool-Aid. Send the emails. Kool-Aid Man's our official cult mascot over here. So we can do something with that, right? We can do something with the drink the Kool-Aid thing, right? So, okay. So where were we? Procrastination. So I've had a lifelong struggle in my mind anyway with consistency. And though there are many areas in my life that I have been consistent in, it's like I constantly have resistance to consistency and predictability and reliability and like routine, right? I'm very good at thinking outside the box. I'm very good at coming up with unusual solutions to problems. I'm very good at like finding an unusual way around a situation or a way of turning a horrible situation into a wonderful opportunity. Really like solving problems, high speed, high pressure, rapid fire, great in those environments where my brain's just going full force, but not so good with the getting up at the same time every day, getting on the schedule and like really maintaining that. Though when I do that in areas of my life, those areas become so much easier and I have so much extra mental and emotional energy to put in the areas that actually matter. And so I found that I've been intentionally getting better at following through on commitments that I make to myself in my head when there's no one else in my life that knows that I'm making those commitments for my business or my life, whether it's a fitness commitment or a diet commitment or a meditation practice or something around how I'm trying to up level my behavior as a parent toward my children, right? I've been getting better at following through to commitments that I make to myself that where nobody else knows. However, one thing that I have had a really hard time doing for months on end is live streaming solo by myself. But I've had great deal of success live streaming daily with several different people over the course. Oh man, I got a eyelash in my eye. Pardon me. Man, renegade eyelash. Hate it when that happens. Anyway, do way better with a co-host, right? And what I find is that and with running, it's the same way for me. I love running. I've been a runner since I was a freshman in high school. It's my primary form of exercise. It's basically a spiritual practice for me. I love it. But I show up more consistently if I have a running partner and a scheduled time to show up. Period. And so I find that scheduling in and putting the time, effort, and energy in to put the important things in your life on the calendar, on the schedule, and get other people involved that are part of your life is such a good way of taking those little internal commitments and making them bigger than just yourself. It's also a crutch, I might add. Doing a co-host like this, it works way better. Okay, doing a 2 or 3 person co-host live stream, way better than just doing it on your own and saying, I'm going to do it and I don't need anybody else to help me. I'm a one-man, one-woman show and I'm fine, right? I don't need anybody else. Maybe that's true. Congratulations. Apparently I do. And so what I've found is that live streaming with another intelligent, competent peer that's in your field, in your area, and that you actually enjoy talking to anyway, is an incredible way to break through some of the resistance around these areas that you're procrastinating on and that I'm procrastinating on. So live streaming is a way of doing this for creating traffic and or content. Is get a co-host, number one. And number two is Brian, we've been talking about this, but I've done this very successfully in the past few years with other groups of people that I've worked with, is doing what I am currently calling a virtual work party, where everybody gets together on a Zoom call and it's scheduled 45 minutes, 60 minutes, 90 minutes. I mean, start with whatever you need to start with. Everybody knows what they're going to be doing before they get on the call. Okay, this is not a meeting call. This is a working call. And so what you do is everybody already knows what's on their to-do list before you get on the call. And hopefully everybody's like working together on the same team so you can actually help each other out when you get stuck. And so maybe you're going to meet at 11:30 a.m. on Thursday for 60 minutes, right? Or whatever. Do it. Everybody gets on there and you can mute yourself out, unless you need to ask a question. And basically, everybody's expected to sit down, focused, and bang out their work. And at the beginning of the call, you say what you're going to get done in the next 45 minutes or the next hour, and then you knock those things off the to-do list. It's basically like scheduling in a trip to the grocery store, right? You got a bunch of things you got to get done. It's going to take a certain amount of time. You got to do it whether you like it or not. Let's go, right? You don't hem and haw and procrastinate on going to the grocery store. You're not eating, right? So that's basically a really good way of handling it. Brian, what do you have to add? I do realize it's the top of the hour, so I need to jump here in a minute.
Top of the hour, you have to run. So I'll just say, you showed us your new Kool-Aid guy, real big, right? So you're going big with the Kool-Aid, and I'll show you something else. So you don't want to go small. See my little mini Kool-Aid that fits in the palm of my hand? Little mini brand. This is so cool. But you don't want to go small like this Kool-Aid. There he is. You want to go big like Tellman's Kool-Aid.
Oh, yeah. Well, I look forward to doing more with the mini brands. We should do that pronto. All right. I got another call to jump on. Guys, if you want to learn how to build your email list and stop staying stuck at your current level of income in your business, go to mattschotland.com/early-bird. Put the www in before that because we have an error right now on that website. Go at www.mattschotland.com/early-bird. Join our early bird email list. We'll teach you all about list building and it's going to be awesome. All right. That's all for now. Brian, talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, everybody. Over and out. Bye.